Welcome everyone to the AlmaFlow Podcast. AlmaFlow in Portuguese means soul. So here we explore all the practices, movements, and conversations that truly nourishes the soul. I'm Paulia Eli. I'm a yoga teacher and a mentor in spirituality and well-being. And in this podcast, I'm interviewing people I admire and feel connected to, people who are living this path in a different ways. And today I'm truly honored to welcome my Kabbalah teacher, Rachel Madar. Rachel is a spiritual advisor with over 25 years of experience guiding women through transitions, conflicts, and life challenges with compassion and wisdom. She's a Kabbalah teacher, CBT practitioner, coach, mediator, a healer, and also the founder of IDRA Wellness, where she creates beautiful spaces and products that connect women to their soul and to the divine. Rachel, thank you so much for being here. I'm very excited for this conversation. You know that I'm a big fan of your work. And to begin, I would love to start from the beginning asking, where are you from? How did your spiritual journey begin?
Wonderful. Such a great question, and thank you, Paula, for inviting me. I'm so excited to share with you. It's like for me, like really speaking with a dear friend and family. When I speak about my spiritual journey, it started from the moment I came to this earth. This is the way I see it, especially being blessed to be born to beautiful parents, especially my mom has been, I can see, my first guide. And when I look back, it's like really going generation from my parents, my grandparents, and so forth. I've just learned like a few years ago, just recently actually, that my grandmother was a healer, which I didn't know. Grand-grandmother was a healer. And everyone is in my family very intuitive, redhead, like you. And really is like my mom instilled with me wonderful consciousness lessons about life and what's important about life. The conversation about love your neighbor as yourself and what does it really mean, and every day it was, at that time was no Instagram or WhatsApp. We used to sit by the window or a balcony, right? And while we sit there and really enjoying the sun, she used to always give me like those lessons, mini lessons that at that time as a child, you didn't really acknowledge that. But as we grow older, and especially when I turned to be a mother to my daughter, I took all those lessons and I instilled in her when she came to the earth. So this is how it started. My connection, spirituality for me, my connection to the Creator was taught by my parents. And then as I grew older, searching for more. And when there is a lesson that it says when a person is ready, the Zohar, the ancient script of Kabbalah, says like this, that when a person is ready to be purified, which means when a person is ready to go through a process of transformation. So the Creator, the universe, set up everything for him or her by sending the right people, opportunity, situation to get him closer to understand what is my soul, what is my light, what am I here to do in this world. So I'm thankful that the Creator sent me and still send me beautiful souls like you to really get more connected with myself and connecting others, God willing.
We are together on this path, I think, almost 6 years already.
Right.
Probably, yeah.
Wow. Yes, 6 years. 6 years.
Yeah, 6 years. It's beautiful. It's just crazy how the time flies like that. Rachel was we were meeting in person most of the time in LA when I lived in LA. And then I came back to Brazil and we still connected. I'm still part of her community and still sometimes when it's not too late, I'm participating in the Zoom gathering, because usually with the time zone, I'm like,
Right?
oh, Rachel, I'm already sleeping. But it's really funny how it's beautiful how we still connected. And we know that even though, like, since we are little, we have this healing and spiritual connection, and we are a child, so we don't understand how, right? Like exactly what is happening. But I believe that the same way that happened to me, we had this religious path together, right? And religion and spirituality, it's kind of different, right? This is the way I see. And when was the moment that you saw, that you noticed, that was not just like a religion, that you really connected to this path with the more spiritual part? Because you came from the Judaism.
Yes, I'm Jewish, and I grew up in a family that practices the religion. Of course, I grew up in religious school and so forth. Is really went through the tradition of everything. The first time that I've reached and I got to really know about the Kabbalah Center and the wisdom of Kabbalah, that this really opened up for me the understanding of spirituality versus religion. Religion, there are beautiful things in being religious because it's really connecting to God. And for me, like whatever, it's like we have a way, doesn't matter which path you take, and as long as you understand that there's higher source and this the source of all good and this what's guide you, because and then otherwise I don't feel that we can really live and understand this world and go through all the challenges and high and low without the creator. And spirituality is like the way my teacher Karen Berg used to say, is that when a person is spiritual, is a person that really seek to do transformation, like to really change him or herself, like from belief systems, from thoughts, from anything that is really blocking us for connecting to who we really intended to be in this world. Okay, so being a spiritual person is really going through the process of spiritual work, which is most of the time very difficult. It's very challenging. This is why a lot of people not really on the spiritual path.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. What is your daily spiritual practices today? How is your routine?
My daily routine, it starts with intention. In Hebrew, it's called kavanah. And intention is really the thing of like, it's about alignment with you and the creator. So the alignment starts when I wake up in the morning and I have my morning prayers and I have my morning meditations, which include also some affirmation. I have them in front of me. And every time I pick up a different type of a meditation / affirmation that connects me with the creator. And what does it mean connecting me with the creator? Is connecting me first with the greatness that already exists within me. The basic foundation of us, or if I go back to what really blocking, I think, every human being from having that freedom, from having the connection to abundance and purpose and everything, what blocking us is the idea or the thinking that I'm not enough, I'm not good enough. I think most of humanity start with this fundamental foundation thought that is a negative thought. So when we start our morning with understanding that we are enough, and we find in different ways to know we are enough. Sometimes it's with a prayer, sometimes it's with a song, sometimes it's walking in nature, sometimes it's all of it. Sometimes it's speaking with a friend, or that I call friends that are cheerleaders. We all need cheerleaders in our life to tell us how good we are, not for ego, from a place of like really reminding us that we are enough. So when we start the intention like this, my morning is like this, and then I finish with asking from the Creator with different Kabbalistic prayers that I use, different combinations of letters like Ana Bekoach, if anyone knows. I'm asking from the Creator to show me how can I share my light today.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a part of surrendering myself to what will come, and yet making the effort to do everything that I can to make it happen.
So this is what supports you in staying connected. And then when you start the day and if some challenge come up, something happen, how can you come back to this grounding to touch this connection again? Because especially Brazilians, Israelis, we have a lot of hot blood in the
Hot blood.
veins.
We have a lot of challenges, right?
Right?
Well, not, we don't, I'm not saying, I'm sorry, we don't have a lot of challenges, but we react.
Just we let the emotions flow, right? Especially when you have like I'm gonna have a fire sign, but
yes,
how do you connect again?
We need to understand that challenges will always take place. People will always push our buttons. People will say things, they'll respond in a certain way, they will blame you, they will talk about you. But when we understand the spiritual principles and the spiritual teachings, it's much easier. I'm not saying that we're not getting hurt, but we understand the bigger picture. If we are already on a spiritual path, we tell the Creator, please help me to grow and to become who I need to be. By saying that, we're willing to go through the process of people that will be sent to us as messengers to really push our buttons. Mm-hmm. So when we acknowledge that, because we will have it, we acknowledge that, okay, so there is a method that my teacher, Rav and Karen Berg, were teaching about how pausing is a method of pausing your reactiveness. So what does it mean to pause your reactiveness? Someone will call and will say something, or they don't agree with what you think, or they don't love what you do, and they have an opinion. It's okay, everyone entitled to their opinion. But we have a free will to choose how we react to it. So when we pause in our reactiveness. We don't immediately say something or getting angry or getting offended. We pause and we understand, the person was sent to me by the Creator to teach me a lesson or to help me to overcome something. Because I chose it. I chose it. Be spiritual is not someone who is gonna be meditative all day long and sitting on the top of the mountain or a beautiful landscape by the ocean and no people around. Being a spiritual is it's constant work. It's a constant work, but it's rewarding because when we peel in the different layers that are blocking us from becoming who we need to be, when we reach in those moments of one layer is removed from us, which means we are able to see more. When we see more, we see more of our greatness. More opportunities come into our plate, and then we need to regulate our nervous system. We need to regulate the nervous system. Of what I mean is we need to teach ourselves to embrace and to receive greatness. This is another thing that most of us are struggling with.
And it's all about also the body work, right? How to really connect with your body and with your breathing, with your breath, to understand how your body works. And this is a way also to balance, right, your material life with the spiritual life, understanding that is this dance together. How do you have I don't know if you say that, but a body practices, how do you, for example, I do a lot of yoga, kind of somatic movements to really helped me to calm down the nervous system, to understand, because then you have more clarity, because you stop. It's a training, the same as a gym, right? So you stop and then you have the clarity. Sometimes it's to set a boundary. Sometimes you have to be more strict with a person, more straightforward with a person. Sometimes you have to be more quiet, but that's why you pause. How
Yes.
is it in your life?
It's a very important question when we ask about how balancing body, mind, and soul, because this is basically the alignment, because our body is the vessel that holds the soul. If we don't take care of our body, and you do a great job, I follow you, I see you do a lot of body work, and I wish I will be in that shape. I really want to be in that shape.
We're gonna do
Uh,
something together soon. It's
yes, we should. It's very important to have an alignment. So for the body is it's not just the exercise. Like I do a lot of walking. I have to admit that I used to do a lot of yoga before, but I have like knee issues, so I'm looking for something else. But I do a lot of walking and breathing, and I love hiking in nature, because nature for me is like connecting to myself, to really be seen like how I'm a part of this. It's like a meditative state when I walk in nature. And when we speak about the body, it's not just the exercises. I don't see it only for that, because I speak a lot about wellness. My business also, IDRA Wellness, it speaks a lot about wellness. It's really about an alignment where we can about adopting successful habits that really you can be nurtured throughout the day, not just in the morning, not just in specific time. It's about hydration. It's about gratitude, gratefulness exercises you do. It's about pausing during the day and having like breath exercise, or any form of like really exercise in one shape or another. It's taking the time in your calendar, in your daily schedule or the weekly schedule, to pause and binge a movie if you want. Spend time with friends. Like everything is part of our life system, that every area in our life needs to be nurtured in, I would say, even equally.
yeah.
So it's really important. Like even watching a movie, it can be a really good nurturing if it's a fun thing, right? Dancing, reading,
I remember,
rest.
yeah, I remember in one, I think it was in a class that you were together, that you mentioned that Carrie Berg said that every day she needs to do something fun or something like this. She was taking a
Yeah.
naps, right? She was resting, but at the same time, like we have to do something fun today, like to light up the.
Every time, it's like, I think it's one of the biggest lessons Karen left me for myself personally, to never forget to enjoy life. And there's a say in Hebrew, "Vebacharta b'chaim," but it's part of a bigger sentence that it says in the Torah, that the Creator is telling us, "I gave you the good and the bad and the bitter and the sweet, but you should always shall choose life." And this is my biggest lesson in life. So I think this is what Karen Berg used to left from me, because every evening, doesn't matter, after a long day of meetings, and she was also doing every day exercises, whether it was a Pilates, whether it was breathing, even body work. I mean, massages, to receive massage is very important. It's something that we always want to nurture and build the physical vessel while we're building the spiritual vessel as well.
Mhm.
Everything needs to be in balance.
Mhm. For someone who is listening or watching, it's completely new about Kabbalah, that don't know about Karen. Can you just briefly explain who is Karen Berg and or Berg, and what is Kabbalah? Could you explain a little bit in a simple way?
Okay, I'll try. Thank you for this question. Um, First of all, the wisdom of Kabbalah is an ancient wisdom that exists from beginning of time. It's really a wisdom that gives us different tools and practical tools, actually, how to play the game that it's called life, how to understand the journey of our soul, the body, the physical body, how that its function, and how to really perceive the reality that we experience in our life, and to understand when it's in illusionary reality and when it's a real reality. Imagine if we will only know when we live in an illusionary reality, what kind of freedom we can have, right? So this is the wisdom of Kabbalah. And of course, if anyone wants to study, you can always look into Kabbalah Center, that they have many classes, many languages, and so forth. The founder of the Kabbalah Center, and those who really brought the Kabbalah wisdom into our generation, is the Rav and Karen Berg. And I had the merit to really be the personal assistant of Karen and travel with Karen and learn everything from both of them. So Karen is a very special person in my life that I've learned so much from, and she touched millions of people, and did it in such a grace and kindness and simplicity, and everything was simple. Everything is simple. So more lessons that I've learned from her.
Yeah.
Right? And I wish that I adopted myself.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And how can we already mentioned about the Kabbalah Center, but how people can start to connect with this wisdom in a simple way and accessible way? Like just for example, I always say that if you learn how to pause and not being reactive about things, you don't need to read any book, because we read a lot of books,
exercise,
we watch all the classes, and we still failing, right? And something happened, I'm exploding. I'm like, I was supposed to be quiet now, and why am I being impulsive? And it's been more than 10 years that I'm studying this wisdom. So sometimes,
and this is like the biggest lesson. If we will learn this, it's like the best. It's not just about pause and not reactive. It's like there's so many. Maybe we'll have one of our sessions maybe in the future is just to speak about the power of pause and what are the benefits of it.
Amazing.
Very simple. If someone wants to study Kabbalah, it's really www.kabbalah.com. That's it. They have all languages. Any language that you speak, you can go online. You can see master classes. You can connect to live classes. You can read articles. If you have any specific question, you can always reach out to me personally, Rachel Madar. You'll have my information in links and anytime.
Before we move on with this topic about Kabbalah, we are entering a very beautiful portal this week, starting I believe tomorrow night. And can you explain a little bit what is the importance of this opening and how it's available for everyone? Because sometimes when I explain about the Pesa in my yoga classes, right, during my yoga, the intention of the yoga practices, I always bring something from Kabbalah wisdom, something that I study. Nice. So I don't study so much about the Bhagavad Gita, all those things that yoga brings, because I come from a different source. But in the end, we are all connected with it's kind of the same message. And I always say for my students that it's about when you're splitting the Red Sea, when you're talking about this, because here in Brazil, we see a lot of Christian people. So everybody knows about the Red Sea.
Right.
So when we talk about this, I say always how can you visualize that you're opening your self-beliefs, the beliefs that you have that you can't manifest things. Just visualize here on the mat that you're opening yourself for new opportunities. And I think that this portal is a lot about our desires, right? This Aries energy to reach things, to run the world. How is that? How people can connect with this wisdom or with this portal this week?
So everyone knows, whoever knows about this portal, it's known as Passover. And in Hebrew, it's called Pesach. Passover will take place on the full moon of Aries, which is going to be tomorrow evening. Full moon in every month. The full is the fullness. Yes, it's like representing the full potential of the energy of the month, or the full potential of ourselves that can be manifested or can be revealed to us, especially in the month of Aries, which known to be as also the month that miracles can take place in such a wonderful way. And this is, and the story, let's speak about the biblical story of Passover. It speaks about the Israelites were slaved in Egypt for 210 years, and the year of the 209 years, they started going through a journey of 1 year of preparing them for the release out of slavery. So Passover, the full moon, is actually the exiting from the slavery from Egypt and started the journey of the walking in the desert till they reach the Dead Sea, and then the greatest miracles of the world, the departed of the sea. So this is the biblical story, but it's a story. How we adopting it to our life these days, it's really to understand that we are all sparks of those souls. And every year in this portal of time of the 7 days, there is an opportunity for each one of us to identify what type of things that we still slave to. What are the things that we're still giving people or situation control over my life? What are the thoughts, behavior that I'm still holding on, that I'm dependent on, that I know deep inside that they're blocking me from moving forward, and to really go through, as you said, the departed of the sea. When we reach the Dead Sea, okay, like if I'll take it as an example in our life, there's all those moments in our life where we're hitting situations that are dead end, that I've tried everything that I could possibly do to find solution, to pay the bill, to really work hard to get this money to pay the mortgage, or I tried to really do everything that I can in whatever relationship, and I tried to do everything at work, and things are stuck. And sometimes in our life, we have done everything. We moved, we traveled, we came back, we changed house, we changed everything, we did everything, but still few years later and we're still stuck. All those situations that we're stuck, it's because we are not willing to let go of all those thoughts and sometimes belief systems that holding us, because we're afraid to release. We're afraid to release. So when we are going through the process of the 7 days, is the process of going from thinking small of ourselves to thinking good or greater about ourselves. It's like this is the process of this portal. So we are required, if you will, like by the sages, we are required to identify what are the things that we're slave to, why we're still addicted to, what are not serving me anymore. To go through a process of releasing is like to find other things that can fill this up instead. Okay, so this is this portal of time, and it's also required to come with new excitement and newness and motivations and passion about everything about our life. If we're not using passion, there's no excitement, and we're like, oh man, another job, another work, oh I need to, it's become heavy. This is not the work. This is not the work. So it's amazing time that we have right now, and we get support by the universe, the great light that is coming into our life to help us to remove fears about self-doubt, everything. This is really the greatest time of all. So this is why it's called Passover, to pass over, to jump, from who I am right now to who I need to become.
Mm-hmm. And it's beautiful because you are releasing a beautiful, excited book this week, the week of Passover. And I know that also that you have a beautiful project with IDRA, that is your wellness project. Can you explain a little bit about that and how do you see that being released? It was intentional to be released during this week that we start posting more in Pesach week?
Okay, so this is my book. I just got the copy. It's called Whispers to the Light. Those are 340 daily conversation with the Creator. It's really about the power of prayer and conversation with the Creator. And this book is ready for the last 3 years. It's ready in my computer, and I didn't do anything with it. And just recently, in the last month, if you want to know, that only in the last month and a half, that it came, a publisher came into my, Creator sent the publisher over, and he supported me to do it very fast. So, and it came right before Pesach, as we say, right before Passover. The books came, everything it's on Amazon, on my website. It's ready to go. And I have 3 more books that I'm working on that to edit and prepare to come out. But this is the first book, and I'm very happy about it. I can't believe it that I have a title of an author. I don't see myself like this. It's really the way I see myself is like sharing light. So how can I share light? Is through this Whispers to the Light book, through my IDRA Wellness product, which is all breathing the divine through natural organic fragrances, through my teaching, through meeting with people. How can I share more light? This is what driving me right now. So,
you're doing also a beautiful women's circle. How does that work? It's online, right? So anybody in the world can participate.
Yes, the Women's Circle, I love collaborating, and I love collaborating especially with women. If you're men here, don't get insulted. I also like to collaborate with men, but lately with women that really have the drive to support and other women. So the circle called it's Joy Secret Circle, and women from around the world can join. It's online. There are weekly Zoom classes, and there's an online platform with a lot of content that you have access to. And from time to time, we offer retreats in United States, in Mexico, to really come in person and to meet one another. And there's a lot of also yoga and breath work. And every retreat is different. But the circle itself is really creating a community of women that nurturing one another, networking, and see how we can support each other, maybe professionally, maybe emotionally, any way that we can do it. And I do collaborate in this project with beautiful woman Sandy Ash. She lives in Texas, and I live in Los Angeles. And here you go. We do. And we have a beautiful group of women that join the circle. And I'm inviting everyone to, if you feel called to, please join us. Join us. You will get a lot of great content that we created. And there's one that coming up, a wonderful challenge that's coming up in April, that we offer 7 days challenge of health and wellness and self-care, daily work. So you looking, come and explore.
Beautiful. What is something that you feel people most need right now on their spiritual path? With all these gatherings, so many people, so many places that are being to, probably it's the same message.
We all like to feel that we belong. We all want to belong. And sometimes when we're feeling lost, we attracting the wrong group of people. And then we find ourselves as if I want to charge my phone and I don't know which plug to plug the charger to. So I'm visually I'm sharing with you, is if I'm going with my charger and I'm trying every socket to see, does it fit here? Do I fit here? And the feeling of not fitting in it's so overwhelming and affecting the way we think of ourselves. And I feel also people in these days more than any other time needs hope that everything is okay, everything is going to be okay. We see a lot of things happening in the world, we see a lot of things happening in our own city, in our own life, and it's overwhelming. And we want to feel belong, we want to feel that everything is okay, we want to have hope. So what drives me with creating this circle for women is to give them that belonging, the sense of belonging, and there's hope, and really everything is okay. And everything's okay together with tools that can support that.
Thank you so much for your time. I really had fun. And hopefully soon we're going to have a different call again, talking about more things about spirituality, any other topic that you wish.
Yes, we have a lot of topics that we can talk about, right?
Yes.
The new moon, the energy of the portal, anything that maybe our crowd would like also to speak about. So
Yeah. And where can we find you online? What is the best place to reach you, to find you?
Okay, wonderful. I have my Instagram account, which is Rachel Madar, and I have my website, which is rachelmadar.com, and my IDRAWellness.com, and you can look at it in the bio.
She's everywhere. You can find it. Just by Rachel Madar, you're gonna see, like, you just Google her.
This is the time. It's time that a lot of, and I see also you finding your voice again, and how can I expand again. And this is the time. We all want to expand.
Yeah.
We all want to grow. We all want to really share, and we want to know that our voice is being heard. And this is another reason why we created this circle, is to let women know that their voice can be heard. And
Yes.
and so this is what I do.
Beautiful.
And I thank you.
Yeah, I always learn so much from you, and I always feel very nourished by your presence, by your teachings. It's always it feels very good. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for your kindness of the conversation. And by the way, if anyone that listen right now and would like to I have a free meditation. You can get like access to free meditations on Spotify. It's called IDRA Inspire. Just go enjoy the content there for free. Enjoy that.
I'm going to put all these links there. Send me the links. I'm going to add everything here on Substack and on Spotify, so you can just click. It's going to be everything here below. And thank you to everyone who is here listening and watching, being part of this space. And if this conversation resonates with you, don't forget to comment, share, and send it to someone who you feel that could benefit from it. So I will see you next time, next episode. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you, Paula. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, my dear.